Hi everyone, I'm Crystal, and today I'm going to talk to you about one of our favorite producers from Montalcino. So I'm assuming that many of you know where Montalcino is. If you don't, it's in the central area of Italy. It's one of the most famous areas, not only for its wine, but for its history. But today I'm going to talk about the wine. So Montalcino, just taking a quick step back before I go into San Lorenzo, just give you a picture. Back in the 1970s, there were about 25 producers. Today, there are well over 200. So quite a lot to sift through. And from a production level, what used to be, let's just say, 800,000 bottles back in the 70s, now we're looking more at 7 million plus bottles. So it's a lot of wine, a lot of fantastic wine, but it's hard to navigate sometimes. So it's always nice when you can have someone point out one that might be a great producer that you may have never heard of, or if you have, maybe you're not drinking enough of. So San Lorenzo, a small estate. It's about 5 hectares, run and owned by a gentleman by the name of Luciano Ciolfi, 5th generation winemaker. And San Lorenzo is located in the western part of Montalcino. It's called La Prata. So we'll just say for this few-minute discussion that we're going to separate Montalcino into 3 areas. The north being Montosoli. So Montosoli is quite a famous cru or hill where a lot of my favorite producers are from. Then you have in the south, Castelnuovo dell'Abate and Sant'Angelo. So again, another fantastic group of producers. In the west. So the reason why I'm separating this off is because stylistically they can be quite different. Brunello is Brunello, it's same grape, same winemaking. But the differences are the soil is slightly different in the south. It's warmer, lower elevation, so you get wines with more power, more structure, more boldness. Further north in Montosoli, you have slightly higher elevation, again, different soil, so there's freshness, but you still have this power. Depending where your vineyard is on the hill, and your sun exposure will depend on what level of power and boldness. But then further west in this area, you're at a higher elevation. So here we're sitting at about 500 meters above sea level. Just to give you an idea, it's about 150 meters higher than Montosoli and between 150 and 300 meters higher than the southern areas of Castelnuovo dell'Abate and Sant'Angelo. So what that gives the wine, the edge that gives the wine, is additional freshness. So it's cooler. So in warmer, wetter vintages, there's additional protection. On the positive side, you're able to maintain freshness in warmer vintages, which is a real challenge, especially given the way that weather patterns are moving. So I would say wines from this area tend to have a very distinct level of finesse, elegance, and freshness. They may not have that same bold, luxurious, velvety, rich, fruity character, but there still is just such a beautiful elegance, and you just get this nice sort of center line of acidity that runs through all the wines and also helps with longevity, so great for long aging. San Lorenzo makes 4 wines, but 2 in very small production. So they make a Rosato, very, very small production, and Reserva, Brunello Reserva, only in the best of years. So that leaves us with the Rosso, which I like to call the baby Brunello or baby brother. And of course, the Brunello di Montalcino, of why the region and the estate is well known. So the Rosso is incredibly elegant. I like to drink the Rosso while I'm waiting for my Brunello to come around. But in this case, you can easily drink both. I would just say with the Brunello, you want to give it a little bit of time, particularly with San Lorenzo, because they tend to be a little bit shy, and because you have that acidity and that kind of austere finesse, you might want to give it a few hours in a decanter if you have the option, or just make sure you swirl it on your glass, and you will be so happy. But if you have the ability to pull some bottles aside and put them in your cellar, you will be rewarded immensely. So in this time in quarantine, I realized wine is definitely an essential. So I hope you're able to get your hands on a bottle. If you're not, send us a message. We'll be happy to put you in touch with a retailer or importer that can help you find these wines. Thanks so much, and see you next time. Bye-bye.